What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching today, baby. All right, guys. So this is gonna be my first planned live stream. So if all goes well and I get decent participation, I will likely do this every Wednesday just to kind of chat with you guys. Give me just a second here. So kind of what my plan is, since you guys notice that I'm not able to answer all comments all the time. I try to when I can, but clearly I don't have the time to just kind of sift through every one of them. So what I'll do with the live streams is I'll kind of start going through some of the comments from recent videos. And from there, we can kind of live chat if anybody has any questions as I'm on live. So let me go ahead and use my other phone to pull up some comments or questions here. Let's see. And before I start too, I wanted to let you guys know, as you guys seen in some of my last videos, I got the meds out of my house. So, because I had a stockpile of meds, obviously. Hi, Callie Love. How are you? Hi, Liz. Are you guys still here? You still here, Liz? I finally caught alive and can watch you, baby. And if you guys have any questions for me, put them in the comments and I'll answer whatever you guys have to ask me. And like I said, this is going to be hopefully an every Wednesday at 4 o'clock, the same time every Wednesday, since it appears that that's when most of my YouTube traffic is on live. So let me pull up some comments and questions here. Let's see. Gosh, I haven't done a live video for a minute. I'm a little bit nervous. Can you guys tell? Yeah. All right, comments. All right, so I'm just gonna start reading some comments from some of you guys from my last videos. So here we go. Most recent comment, Miko asks, I've been on 8 milligrams for 90 days. Will it be okay if I just stop? No, it will not be okay if you just stop. 8 milligrams is a very strong dose. No, I don't, Callie. I do not go live from Instagram. I don't even use social media. So everything will be here on YouTube for me. So anyways, yeah, you cannot just jump off Suboxone after 90 days of 8 milligrams and expect to just walk away. It's gonna have, depending on how long of an opiate addiction you had before you got on Suboxone, that would be a very uncomfortable withdrawal. I would be willing to say, even if you had no prior opiate addiction and you took 8 milligrams of Suboxone for 90 days, you're still gonna have a very hard withdrawal. So do not do that to yourself. Taper down if possible. It's not hard to taper. Just be patient with yourself because, like I said, it's a very strong medication. Let me turn my TV down, guys. Hold on a sec. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, Izzy wants to say hi too. Come say hello. This is Izzy and her friend George. Hey there, everybody. Say hi to the camera. Who is that? Who is that? You don't know who it is, huh? She hasn't been on here for a minute. Here's your toy. All right, going through more questions here. So Phil asks, or he says, cool, I reduced my Subutex in 5 days using pre-Gabs. I don't know what that is. Reduced every day from 5 milligrams, been clean 3 months now. Good job, Phil. I don't know what that is that you mentioned though, but if you've been clean 3 months, then that's badass. Holy crap, my freaking phone, guys. So I don't know how this is working on your end, but it just totally kicked me off YouTube. So I'm hoping I'm still going and I hope you guys are still there. Let's see. I don't know why my phone's giving me such freaking hassles lately. Tone says, yeah, social media is brutal to my self-esteem and inner and outer critic. Yeah, dude, Tone, I agree that social media is so freaking fake. I cannot stand it. I mean, you see people on there and on social media, and then you see them in real life, and they don't even look like the same person. It's like, what the hell's going on here? This is way too freaking fake. My phone is freaking being a pain in the butt. But yeah, I hate social media. So sorry guys, the video cut out. Hopefully it's still streaming through. Hopefully this doesn't have to come through as 2 different videos. So in a comment, Kevin Staley says, what the hell, phone? This is very annoying. Kevin says, am I still here, you guys? Can you even still see me? Sorry for the technical difficulties. Clearly YouTube isn't liking this. Put in the comments if everything's still working normal. Is my sound normal? Can you hear me okay? I need to turn my screen time to stay on. Hold on a sec, guys. Tell me if you're still there. Oh, hi, Sherry. Rotation is locked. What the hell, dude? My phone keeps like going dark after a few minutes, but it won't let me out of the screen. Son of a... Am I still here? Okay, I got my screen settings right. Come on, YouTube, work with me here, buddy. It went off and came back. Okay, is it still on the same link, the same stream, or is this a whole different video, Sherry? It should be good now, guys. I had my settings set up wrong. All right, I'm gonna go through some more comments. So Kevin says, you're a legend, brother. My dose has gone from 24 milligrams to 10 milligrams recently. And I noticed that when I've gotten down to 8 milligrams before in my past, my sex drive starts coming back. I'm about to jump on the TRT train, which is testosterone replacement therapy. In Canada, it's difficult to acquire if my family doctor will not approve it on my own, with my own regular blood tests. So first things first, good job getting to 8 milligrams. That's awesome to come from 24 to 8 milligrams. You probably feel like a whole new person. And it just keeps getting better, Kevin. So I know that there's a big change. Like when you get down to about the 2 milligrams, you'll notice there's a huge change. And I just feel really good whenever I was above 4 milligrams or 2 milligrams, I would feel kind of hazy and foggy, like on a daily basis. And it's usually right around 2 milligrams is like the spot where you really feel yourself coming back to life. So good job, dude. All right. On the poll that I took about how long people need to be on Suboxone, and Joey says, as long as you need to be to get you from returning to active addiction. I think that looks different for everyone in their own personal situation, whether that be a month, a year, or the rest of your life. I'd rather be on a medication the rest of my life than winding up dead from an accidental fentanyl overdose. That's a great comment, and I agree with everything you said there. That's a great comment, Joey, and I couldn't put it any other better way. There's so much fake drugs going on out in the streets I've heard these days. It's just too risky and too scary to even be in that lifestyle anymore. So I would be scared shitless if I was still in active addiction. Thank God I'm not. All right. That's a really long comment I don't really want to read on here. Una says, do you guys spit or swallow your saliva after it dissolves? I've always swallowed it. I've heard some people say that if you're getting migraines or headaches from your Suboxone, then you can spit it out after it dissolves, and that should help with the migraines. So take that for what it's worth. Otherwise, I would just swallow it. Liz asks, are you in a 12-step group? No, Liz. I hope you're still on here watching. No, I'm not in a 12-step group. I've never been in a 12-step group or anything like that. I do a lot of meditation work, and you guys help me stay on my path. But honestly, yeah, I've never been to a rehab. I've never done anything like rehab or a 12-step. I've never done anything like that. And that's probably where you're going to suggest that I do that, right? All right. Ethan asks, do you feel like you get better workouts on your low dose Suboxone? Yes, absolutely, without a question. And also, do you feel like you can't work out or focus on your workouts as well when you detox? Like if you know you're not going to be able to dose the same day as your workout at the gym. I don't skip days, so I could not go to the gym if I skipped a day, because I would be in withdrawals immediately because I'm on such a low dose. So I don't skip days, and I definitely wouldn't be doing anything socially if I didn't take my Suboxone for the day, especially being at this low dose, like I mentioned. If you're on higher doses, it might not be as big of a deal. If you're like on 8 or 12 or 16 milligrams, you could possibly skip a day, but where my metabolism is so fast, I go into withdrawal the next day if I don't have my medication. Oh, real quick, I wanted to say that I'm down to 1.25 milligrams, so 1 milligram and a quarter each day. So recently, as you guys knew, I was at 1.5 milligrams, which is 1.5 milligrams to 2 milligrams. But since I got rid of my medication, I haven't been slipping at all with it. So I've been really kicking butt. This is my third day at 1.25 milligrams. So go ahead and pat myself on the back. I'm feeling better. I can feel changes just from going from that dose to this dose. I can feel changes. I feel more clear-headed. I just feel better, guys. It's hard to explain, but I'm definitely, things are looking up. So I will be going down to 1 milligram in about a week, and I'm excited to get back down to that dose. So that's that. Let me check the comments real quick, guys. What's up, JR? Sherry, it went off then came back. I don't see many questions or comments in here, guys, so throw me some bones if you want me to chat with you. What do you know about the shot? Do you mean the naltrexone shot that we were talking about, the once a month thing? I bet nobody has heard of this, but there's actually a Suboxone shot that lasts 6 months. There's 4 little inserts, I guess 4 little tubes they put in your arm, and it puts your Suboxone for 6 freaking months. Have you guys ever heard that? That's crazy. It's called Purebuth. What's it called? Purebuthane, or it's something weird like that. But what you're talking about is probably the naltrexone shot. That's a once a month shot. I know a lot of people are having success getting on that and then staying on it for a few months, 3-6 months, and then just kind of moving on with their life. A lot of people are getting it covered by insurance, paid in full. Yes, Meg, so do that if you guys can. I don't have health insurance at the moment, but I think that's an amazing way if you're ready to move on from this lifestyle, because having to take Suboxone every day, it just gets ingrained that much into your head. It's just such a huge part of my day that I could never just go on without it. You know what I mean? It's very noticeable if you don't have your dose, because I take my doses 2 to 3 times a day. So to not have to think about that and just to be able to feel normal without doing that, that's why I think everyone is having so much success with it. So that's about all I know. Do you have any other questions about the shot other than that? I talked about it on the live stream that I did with Dr. Chris Park. He had talked about it with me for a little bit. So if you go back through that stream, we talked about that in that long stream. So drinking my egg whites here. All right, let's see here. Get my freaking finger out of your face. Meg says, my son is in rehab and coming home in a week. He is or was addicted to fentanyl. Damn. Well, you're lucky he's still alive, so that's good. What's your plan? Are you going to get him on Suboxone or the shot? It might be wise to go on Suboxone for a while before you put him on the shot, because I've heard you need to be on Suboxone for a certain amount of time before they will put you on the shot, Meg. Just a heads up on that. I think Suboxone would be a great... He died once. I'm going to go to the live stream on my phone. I hope he will get on Suboxone. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be, honestly, I think that's people's best way out is to get on Suboxone. If they're in the active lifestyle with fentanyl, I've lost so many friends already. I've lost about 10 friends due to heroin/fentanyl. So if you can get him on Suboxone and watch him for a little bit, that's definitely the way to go. And then after he stabilizes on Suboxone, if he gets sick of taking it every day, then I would say go ahead and look at getting the naltrexone implant. Because when he's on Suboxone, it's going to block the fentanyl, so it will be useless for him to take fentanyl at that point, you know? That's how I would look at it. All right, I've got the live stream on this phone now, so I can just read right off here. How you doing, Reef? Cali Love. Let's see. Reef says the shot sounds legit. I'd like to try that. Yeah, I would like to try it too, but it's $1,700 last I've heard for the shot with no insurance. That's crazy. They need to find a way to make it cheaper for people that don't have insurance, you know? Reef says, I'm waiting to get health insurance and currently can't get sub. It sucks because I need it right now. So what are you doing, Reef? Are you just withdrawing, or are you still in active addiction, or what? I'm glad that they saved your son, Meg. How long has he been on fentanyl? Sherry asks, does your dose dissolve quickly since it's such a small dose? Yes, it does. The bigger the dose, the longer it takes to break down in your mouth. Obviously, unless it is a film, then it's going to dissolve fast either way. But I think I seen one of your questions the other day, Sherry, and you had asked if I keep it in my mouth for a while, and I do. Try to keep it in there for like 5-10 minutes. Like, you can just take the dose and go lay down. Try not to like swallow your spit. Just kind of hold everything still for 5 or 10 minutes. And then go from there and you're good. I think you also asked, Sherry, if I remember right, if I try not to eat before or after my dose. And yeah, I try not to eat because I feel like the more food you have in your system, maybe because it's sublingually, this food in your system isn't going to make as much of a difference. It probably wouldn't matter if you have food in your stomach or not, but that's just my old ways of thinking. So yeah, I try to wait a little bit around my dose. And then usually I'll set my timer for an hour and a half after I take my dose. And then I'll know that that's when the medication is fully kicked in. And that's what I'm going to expect to feel like. Meg says, I'm very afraid for her son. Yeah, maybe you could show him my channel and maybe show him this video. Because it's only a matter of time when you're in that active addiction lifestyle, taking fentanyl, you're either going to be dead or in jail. You know, knock on wood for your son. I'm knocking on wood for your son that doesn't happen, but all we can really do is pray for him and push him in the right direction and hope he gets on Suboxone, because it will save his life. And he can function like a normal person when he gets on Suboxone. You can't do that when you're in active addiction. Meg says, my son is actually a 32-year-old man, and he will be coming home here to nothing. He has nothing left. He's sold everything. Well, he has his breath. He has his life. That's way more important, obviously, than material stuff. But he can start fresh at 32 years old, and he can have a great life going forward. Trust me, he can, like I said, get on Suboxone, start working again, cut off his old friends, if he has to move away from certain people, he has to do that, but he has to get rid of his contacts to his drug dealers. He's got to make the changes or else it's not going to work. Meg says, I'm going to. Yeah, do it. What's his name? What's his name, Meg? I'll say something to him. Sherry says, something in my mind tells me it doesn't work when it dissolves quickly now that I'm tapering. No, I don't think that, Sherry. That's not true. I promise you it's working. I know our minds like to try to play tricks with us like that. You know, I've seen some people in the past say things like, what did they say? Gosh, I had something set up I was going to say. Like when you're tapering, like it's so much of a mind F. If you can get out of like thinking about all these overthinking things and just let things go, you'll find that things get a lot easier to taper. You know what I mean? Because like I'm noticing at this new dose of 1.25 milligrams, 1.25 milligrams, that if I don't sit here and think about every little thing, oh, am I a little sweaty today? Am I a little anxious? The key for me is to stay busy. That's been really, really helpful, to stay busy and kind of keep going. And you start to kind of stop even thinking about your withdrawal or your dose. You know what I mean? The more things you can have to do each day, the better, in my opinion. Meg says, yes, he does. So I do try to hold on. Sherry says, I do try to hold it in and not eat or drink. Yeah, that's okay to do that. Just don't like put it in your mouth and then start swallowing your spit. Just try to lay down and relax. Let it hang out in your mouth for 5 or 10 minutes and then you're good to go. Matt, what's up, Matt? Hey, Matt, did you successfully stay on 2 milligrams after your failed jump? Be honest, buddy. Let's hear it. Good to see you, Matt. Congrats to you, man, for your jump attempt. Meg's son's name is Zachary. So Zachary, if you ever see this, you're 32, you're living at home, you have nothing, but you're alive, good sir. You made it to this video, you're not sure where to go, you're scared, you're coming off fentanyl, and you're lucky to not be in jail or dead. Get your ass on Suboxone as soon as you can. You will feel great. It's gonna take you a few days to regulate to Suboxone, and after those few days that you'll struggle, you'll be so happy that you did that. Then you can go get a job and build your life. And by the time you're 35, 40, you'll have your own house, maybe start a family. It's not too late for you, good sir. So your mom's looking out for you by sitting here chilling in this live stream with some random dude on the internet. So I hope you do that, and I hope you save your life, good sir. All right, Reef says, I'm lucky to be alive and not in trouble. I try my best to not let my addiction get in the way of responsibilities, but it's almost impossible, especially when I don't have sub or have clean time. I think we're all lucky to be alive after what most of us have gone through. So Reef, I don't know if you mentioned holding together my job. Thank God I'm a mess outside of work. Reef, are you still in active addiction then, or what? I don't know if I don't see your comment on that. Because I know you said you can't get Suboxone. I mean, you could do, if you can't get Suboxone, Reef, what about Kratom to hold you over until you get Suboxone? That's not, I would go there before going through withdrawal, unless you can handle the withdrawal. Matt says, I noticed that I don't need as much as I thought also. Yep. So low doses go such a long way, guys. I've always said that, especially after I tried to jump off 4 milligrams. I'm down to 2 milligrams, just like you said, bro. I told you could do it, Matt. See, no big deal, right? So now instead of going back to 4 milligrams like you probably would have, you're halfway through your taper already. You're already cut all the way down in half. So That's why I've always stressed, if you guys try to jump off Suboxone and you fail, if you can make it 3 or 4 days, your new tolerance dose is way lower than it was. Your body will regulate and adjust fast. So if you do that again, Matt, if you come off Suboxone, try to jump off at 2 milligrams. If you can make it 3 or 4 days, go down to 1 or 1.5 milligrams. Or you can just slowly taper from here. Either way is a plus. All right. JR says, keep mine in for 30 minutes at least. I never swallow it anymore. It really stops the regularity for me if I do. Damn, dude, you hold that in your mouth for 30 minutes? Why so long? Oh, you spit it out? JR, why not just put it in your mouth for 5 or 10 minutes and then just swallow it, dude? 30 minutes, that's a long time to have to sit still and think about it. Matt says, yes, sir. Meg says, thank you. I will show him your channel. Yeah, that would be great. Do it. Like I said, just try to get him on Suboxone. It's going to be a rough couple of days for his body to adjust, more than likely. For some people, they're good right off the bat with Suboxone. Make sure you try to get him into a good Suboxone doctor to where they can do. It's important to have that to get it legally. I mean, some people get it illegally, but I would just say go to the doctor, get a prescription. That way he's not breaking any more laws. They'll do drug tests, and that can really help. That was one of the best things I did for my recovery, was I went to the Suboxone doctor, okay, and started getting counseling and started figuring out why I was doing what I was doing. Sherry says we will all keep Zach in our prayers. Yes, we will. All right, Reef says, yes, I commented twice. I've been bouncing back and forth from Kratom and dope. Yeah, Reef, you got to get on Suboxone, brother, as soon as you can. If you're flip-flopping like that, that's scary, bud. I know there's a lot of fake stuff out there, man. Please be careful, bro. Please be careful. I don't know, my chat isn't showing up for you. My phone's been having struggles, and I already apologize in advance because sometimes when I do these longer streams, YouTube will kick it off for some weird reason. I think my phone has some kind of gremlin in it. So I hope that this live stream keeps going for us. What's up, Bird? Bird is struggling to get under 2 milligrams. Are you in control of your own dose, Bird, or can you give it to somebody else? Because that was what made a huge difference for me. I was kind of stuck around 2 milligrams too, and then I got rid of my medication, and then I have it set up to where I pick it up once a month. So I just kind of have to force myself to do it. And it's a lot easier than you think when you can take the choice out of it. The choice is already made for you, and you just go through it and you just do it. Kratom gets exhausting, especially when I'm super busy. Yes, that's exactly why I didn't stay on Kratom. But it's still a lifesaver, yep. I hate having to take it 4 times a day. See, I was taking it like 5 times a day because I was taking such small amounts that it would just kind of kick in and kick out. But yeah, and it tastes like crap too. So just to taste that taste so many times a day, you feel like you're really tied to the clock. And that's why I prefer Suboxone over Kratom, is because you can take it once or twice a day versus 5, 6, 7 times a day. And yeah, you're right. It doesn't work as well as subs. Meg has a doctor lined up. See, you're good to go, Meg. Get him in there and get that dose in. JR says low dose. Get sweaty too early. 30 minutes works best for me. Yeah, see, it's kind of different for everybody. If that's what, obviously you've experimented with the dose timing. So I did have a friend once that was like, yeah, just leave it in there for 20 minutes. And I've never needed to leave it in there that long. What dose are you on, JR? Paul says, my doc says not to ever swallow the subs. Wait, not to ever swallow the subs or sub spit. So what are you supposed to do then? If you're not supposed to swallow or spit, what else would you do? It doesn't just evaporate. Maybe I didn't understand your question right. Marky Rizzo says, early stream, question mark. What's up, guys? No, this is the time that I mentioned in my Sunday video. This is going to be the time that I'm going to be jumping on from here out. So every Wednesday, this same time. If you guys aren't being notified, don't forget to hit the subscription and notification bell. If you guys want to chill and chat with me like this, we're going to do it every Wednesday. And as long as you guys keep participating. As you guys have noticed, I've tried to be more active on here lately. I know it's kind of annoying when you start watching YouTube people and then they kind of roll out for a while and you don't hear from them. I know that's kind of how I've been over the past few years. But be patient with me, guys. I know that as I'm getting on these lower doses, I'm feeling better and I'm feeling more like wanting to talk to you guys. Because it's just kind of embarrassing for me, honestly. It's like I've been trying to get off Suboxone for years, and as you guys have seen, it hasn't been the easiest thing for me to do. So I'm making progress again. Somebody said the other day, I think you're addicted to tapering, and that's a really good comment. I can't disagree with that statement. Maybe I am just addicted to the taper, who knows? But at least I keep trying. I'm not giving up and I'm not quitting, guys. So thanks for being patient with me. All right, who else is talking in here? Keep the comments going, guys. Keep the questions coming. Do you guys have any questions about anything else about me other than my addiction? Do you want to know anything about physical fitness or what kind of cars I prefer or motorcycles? I mean, shit, let's talk about relationships. Do you think I'll ever be married? Like, what do you guys want to talk about? Let's talk about all sorts of different things. Bird says, that's a good idea. I'm going to do it. Yes. That's been one of the most helpful things for me, is to take my choice out of it. Because if it's your choice every day, chances are you'll just kind of take what you need to be comfortable. And on bad days, you'll want to take a little bit more than you need. And then that's how you just get stuck for years. So get it out of your house, take the equation out of it, and then you will start making progress. You've tapered down to 2 milligrams. If you can taper from 16 to 8, you can taper down to 0. You know, it's just the same thing over and over. You just get a little bit uncomfortable. Your body hurries and regulates, and then you do it again. You stabilize, and then you taper down. You can taper down to 2 milligrams. You can taper to 1.5, and then you can taper to 1. It's all the same thing. JR says, I get headaches and feel awful if I swallow it. Dang, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I haven't had any headaches or migraines from Suboxone unless I was on a high dose, and that's years ago. I was on like 16 milligrams, and I believe that it's because it really dehydrates you. I think that's why it does that. Are you drinking enough fluids, JR? Because if you're dehydrated, that's like the #1 leading cause to getting headaches and migraines. Paul asks, can you take Kratom if on subs? Just curious. Some people would say yes, Paul. Some people would say no. I know Rockin' Roberta was taking Suboxone and Kratom every day, and she didn't have any issues with it. That being said, I wouldn't suggest it, because some people have issues with the cross tolerance stuff. Like, I wouldn't think that you would, but be careful. Maybe if you have to, try it. How come you're wanting to do both? Why don't just stick with one or the other? That's what I would suggest. You could try it. You might kick yourself into precipitated withdrawal. I don't think that you would. That's just what I'll say about that. I would say stick with Suboxone over Kratom. That's just my opinion. You only have to take it once or twice a day versus taking Kratom all day. But if you don't have Suboxone available, then Kratom is a great backup option. That's my thoughts on Kratom anyway. A lot of people love it and they think it's like the best thing in the world. Other people see the other side of it. I'm just kind of giving you guys my opinion on it. JR takes 2 milligram in the morning, 2 milligram in the PM, maybe 1/8 of a milligram in between sometimes. So you're about 4 milligrams a day, twice a day. Yeah, that's good. That's a good dose. JR says, your videos got me to give this clean living a shot. Yeah, baby. I'd still be spending $700 a week on junk if not for you. Hey, give me a hug, man. Thanks for that comment, man. That freaking makes my day. You're making me blush over here, bud. And I appreciate your support, JR. You're always leaving comments for me and always been supportive of me. So I appreciate that. And thank you for letting me know that I helped you towards a better life. So that makes like everything that I do on the channel worth it. Even just hearing that. I don't hear that kind of stuff a lot. Like I hope to think that I'm helping plenty of people out there, and like some of the comments that I get are like that, but I haven't heard that kind of comment for a while. So thank you for saying that. Marquis says, 700 a week? Damn, dude. Your habit was about as bad as mine. At my worst, I was spending $3,000 a month on painkillers. Pray to God that I never have to go back to that. That was 5 years ago, guys. Thanks to Suboxone, this is where I'm at. I've got my life financially figured out. I'm living in a brand new townhome. I have a brand new BMW that's paid for. I have a brand new motorcycle that's paid for. I don't have to work for the next 5-10 years if I don't want, like all because of Suboxone. If I would have stayed on painkillers, there's a chance that could have progressed to taking heroin one day. Thank God I could afford my habit. But I'm lucky I'm not dead or in jail, to be honest with you guys. And I have Suboxone to thank for that. So as hard as it looks for me to get off Suboxone, I wouldn't have changed that path at all. I would have gone down the same path, and I'm glad I did. So Marky says, we all want a way to not pay the piper. That's so true, man. We're all trying to find a way out of this mess. We're all trying to find a way out of this mess, and we don't want to pay the piper. But unfortunately, we can either taper and slowly pay the piper a little bit each day, or we can just go raw dogging and pay the piper in full. And that's hard for me to do. I tried that. Some people can do it, man. Some people can't. I'm definitely not one of those that can do that. Reef says, regardless of your YouTube consistency, I appreciate you showing up when you do. Thanks, brother. I've been following you for a few years now, it seems. Yeah, I've been on YouTube for 3 freaking years, posting videos about my Suboxone taper and how I'm feeling, how I'm doing with life, what I'm up to. I am going to start posting more videos about other things like fitness mostly. I'd like to get into just like showing you guys what I eat and like what it takes to look like I do at 40 years old. So we're going to start bringing some fitness into this, because fitness is one of the best things that's ever happened to me. It's the best addiction I've ever had by a long shot. So thanks for saying that, Reef. I appreciate you two supporting me. Reef says, ask your doctor for Subutex if you get headaches from the Suboxone. Hey, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. JR says, I'm good on the water. Stay hydrated now. Yeah, that should help your headaches and your migraines. If you guys are getting headaches and migraines from Suboxone, as I mentioned just a minute ago, it's likely because it's dehydrating you. You'll notice that after you take a big dose, you'll be peeing a lot because it's dehydrating you. And that's why you get constipated, because you're dehydrated. So drink a lot of water, guys. Drink a lot of water. Drink lemon water if you can. That should help with the headaches and the constipation issues. Reef says it's the naloxone, and that's why your doctor tells you not to swallow, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've heard if you don't swallow, then that will help you not get the migraines. Reef says it's true how much it helps listening and talking to someone who is going through it too. Yeah, man, I remember how hard it was to find videos of people talking about Suboxone. You know, back when I first got on it 5 years ago, there was nobody talking about Suboxone. There was like 2 people. I remember, what's that kid's, he was like a really small, skinny kid. and he would be like bawling in his videos. I was like, when I was watching that, it was freaking me out. I was like, I'm screwed. I can understand that, you know, like now knowing like how your emotions change when you get off Suboxone and you get like super emotional because your body is just going through mayhem. Your brain is going through mayhem. So I can understand why he was crying in the videos. But at the same time, man, that shit scared me. All right, so JR says this will help someone else guaranteed. Yeah, if you didn't see earlier, we were talking to Meg about her son. Hopefully he sees this video. Hopefully we can get him going on Suboxone and getting out of that crazy addiction life. Hey guys, real quick, if you can, hit the thumbs up button real quick. It only shows we only have 1 thumbs up on this video. So help a brother out, guys. We need some thumbs up on this bad boy. Let's see some numbers go up on there. Okay. Yeah, Reef, it really helps to yeah, look at them thumbs up. Woo! See, you guys are my people helping me out. We got to spread. Ooh, keep it going. Thumbs up and rolling. Good job, guys. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, look at, I swear every one of you in here just hit the thumbs up button. 2 thumbs up for you fine scholars. Thanks, guys. See, ask and you shall receive. And I just gotta say real quick, guys, I'm really proud of myself for getting rid of that medication that I had. You know, I went back and forth with the idea of doing that. Another thumbs up. Woo, guys are loving it. I'm loving it. But yeah, getting rid of the medication, I felt such a huge weight lifted off my shoulder as soon as I dropped that off, guys. I mean, you've seen in the last video that I had planned this shit out. My taper is, I mean, it's like the ideal of like a perfect taper plan, I would say anyway. So all I got to do each month is go over to the so-and-so's house, open the lockbox, take out my bag, and I know what I already got the dose already planned out. I don't have to think about it. It's already done. I know I can do it because I've done this before. You guys have seen me taper down to 1/4 milligram. So I know I can do this shit. It's just having the medication out of my house, it takes away the opportunity for me to, the little devil on your shoulder that's like, hey, today kind of sucks. You know, you could just take another milligram today and it would make things a little easier. You always have that little devil on your shoulder. And now that that's not there, I just feel so much better about things. I definitely wish I would have did that sooner. Meg says, with that resume, do you have a girlfriend? Question mark. Oh, Meg. I have a very bad track record with women. I've never been married. I don't have children. I have had a few long-term relationships, but I've really been screwed over a lot of times. And I know that sounds like a victim mindset, and I'm not trying to be a victim here. But now that I'm in, I guess, what I would call a man's prime years, I'm not really looking to settle down. I'm looking to kind of enjoy the prime years that I have. And I really like being alone now. I used to be so freaking needy on having somebody in my life. I used to always have to be surrounded by friends or family, or else I would be like freaking out. And now I'm totally backwards from that. I love my alone time. I can't really be with anybody more than a few hours at a time before I start getting like exhausted. You know what I mean? So no, I don't have a steady girlfriend. I'm actually dating a couple of different women. I guess you could call it like a little rotation. I know that probably sounds crappy to say. And do I have any red pill friends in here? If you guys know what that means, say what's up. But yeah, so I have a couple of different girls that I date. Yeah, Marky, see, you know what's up. So Marky's, all right, Mgtow, Marky says. So Marky knows what's going on here. I've never really talked about that kind of stuff on this channel, but that's hilarious that he says Mgtow. Yes, I'm definitely Mgtow, Marky. But yeah, I really enjoy the this is gonna sound like a drug addict to me talking, but I really enjoy like the, what's it called? The love, like the first stages of a relationship, you know, when everything's like, what's that shit called? I wanna know what it means, Matt. Mgtow means men going their own way. Just basically means we're not going to go for the marriage anymore because we see what the family courts do to men. Basically working on yourself and improving your own life. Doing that on your own without having to have a wife by your side. And sorry if any women hear this and they like take offense to that. It's going to sound misogynistic. And Meg looked it up. Basically, Mgtow is the result of feminism, okay? So a lot of guys are sick of getting screwed over, whether that's in the court system, you know, whether they go through divorce or child support, stuff like that. A lot of guys are just sick of getting thrown through the ringers. So there's a major movement of guys doing this, okay? So they just basically, they'll date women and it's basically no cohabitation. You don't live with them. You just kind of date, really, and then once it starts to go stale, you're kind of out of there. There's a red pill for you guys. If you guys don't know what the red pill is by now, it's basically feminism for men, I guess is kind of the best. It's like the reaction to feminism. So there was feminism that built up all the years. Now it's like the Mgtow / red pill lifestyle. And that's men's version pretty much of kind of fighting back. Basically, most men would like traditional women that aren't shaking their ass on Instagram, women that aren't trying to like get paid for sexual stuff like that. It's just like our society is so screwed up right now. Like, think about how crazy it is. Do you guys know what OnlyFans is? There are so many women that are having like guys pay them for posting sexual videos. Like, that is so trashy. And like, so many people are doing that. And if you are a man paying somebody for an OnlyFans subscription, you are a simp, my sir. And please don't be a simp, guys. Just real quick on the simp stuff, guys. If you or your friends are going through and you click on any pretty girls, yes, it is disgusting, Meg. We all have simp friends in our life, right? You know who your simp friends are. You go on social media and you have mutual friends and you see a pretty girl on there. You look at her page and then you look at the pictures and this simp ass friend has clicked like on every freaking picture of her. Like, God, guys, don't do that. Don't do that. You're only like making the situation worse. You're giving people unearned credibility just because they post a picture. Like, they're gonna think that there's some perfect. It's just making the situation worse, guys. So if you're simping like that, please don't be a simp. Don't be giving out free stuff like that, guys. You should save that attention for the women that are actually helping you in your life, not just random girls on the internet. That's taking a lot of your energy from you. I know a lot of guys are addicted to scrolling social media and looking at like Instagram models. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Sorry, I kind of went off on the whole Mgtow stuff. I'm going to jump back. Yeah, George Bruno, dude. He's a badass. Reef is, oh shit, I'm Mgtow without even knowing what Mgtow meant till now. Yeah, Reef. I can't believe you guys haven't heard about this. I would make some suggestions on some videos, but I don't want to. I don't want the ladies to get too pissed off at me. Ladies, you know I love you. Meg, when you looked it up, what did you see? Miko says, how you doing? I just left a comment on one of your videos, but I was going to ask you, do you think it's safe to jump off 8 milligrams cold turkey? I've only been on it for 90 days. Miko, I already responded to your comment earlier in this video. So if you probably don't want to, well, I would say just go back and watch the first part of that. But I would say, no, you can't just cold turkey off 8 milligrams. You will have a very strong withdrawal from that. How long were you in active addiction before the rise of a toxic male? Yeah, yes. Let's see. Yeah, you can't just jump off of 8 milligrams of Suboxone. That's a high dose. You need to taper down before you jump off. I mean, you can try it and ask Matt how hard it is. Matt just jumped off of 4 milligrams and he only made it a few days. It's still a high dose. You need to taper down. I would say get down to at least 2 milligrams before you try jumping off. But worst case scenario is you jump off and it didn't work, and then you come back on at a lower dose. So if you jump off at 8 milligrams, my guess is you make it to about day 3 or day 4, and then the withdrawal will start kicking in, and you're gonna freak out. You're gonna think you can do it, and then it's gonna kick in, and then you're not gonna be able to do it. So what I would say, instead of jumping back on at 8 milligrams, jump down to like 6 milligrams or 5 milligrams. And your body will accept that, so you will have made that much progress. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. See, Matt just said, yeah, bro, unless you're ready to suffer, I don't know, it's a long haul. Yeah, that's why we all suggest tapering, guys, because yeah, 8 milligrams, I wouldn't either. The highest I've tried jumping off of was 3 milligrams, and that wasn't happening. I only made it 3 days. So then I came back on at 2 milligrams. I didn't go right back onto 3 milligrams because your body doesn't need it after you've suffered a few days. Reef says, I can relate to the character matters. Let's see. Let me look at some more comments here. Put your dick away, ladies. JR, I know that's Kevin Samuels, dude. You guys all got to go check out Kevin Samuels' channel. That is as real as it gets right there. And I know that's where you got that from, right, JR? Put your dick down. If you're a lady watching this, it's because, ladies, we want feminine women back. We want traditional relationships. We don't want ladies with sleeve tattoos and arms that are bigger than mine. Like, I was in the gym the other day and there was like half of the women in there had full-blown sleeve tattoos. Their shoulders were as big as mine, guys. It's like, they're all juiced out on steroids. Their voice is as deep as mine because they've taken steroids. It's like, all for the Instagram. Do you know what I mean? Like, people are ruining their bodies. Do you guys know how many women's... I was at my grandma's house yesterday. Meg. She's the only grandma I got left. Yeah, there's so many people are taking steroids in the gym, guys. It's freaking so sad, especially women, because it gives them an Adam's apple. It messes up with their lady parts, and it gives them a deeper voice. And these things don't go away like the gains do. So they're taking steroids for temporary gains just for Instagram. And it's so sad. I've seen it happen to so many of my friends. My friends give their wives steroids, guys. And they look great. Their bodies look great. I mean, they're shredded and like, it just doesn't look like a woman. But their voice, I can hear their voice. Every time you see them, it's like, oh, hey, what's up? And could you imagine having a pretty girlfriend with a deep ass voice like that? That's sad, dude. That's sad. And then when she stops working out, the gains are gonna go away, but her voice is gonna be all deep. Then what? You can't fix that, ladies. Don't take steroids, please. All right, let me look at some more comments here. And it's not because of my addiction, I don't think. Reef, you don't think that's why you're not Mgtow? I can see you keeping an open heart with me, Meg. Don't rule me out yet, ladies. I'm still a good guy in here. My heart's been hurt. I literally, guys, I've tried to find a girl that I thought was worthy of being a wife for 25 years. I've had so many relationships with gorgeous women, and I'm sure that's part of the problem is a lot of the times I'm getting women that are probably a little bit out of my league as far as looks goes. But I always thought because I bring a much more to the table than just looks and the body, like I have my shit together. You know what I mean? Like, I believe that's why I've gotten the women that I've gotten. But at the same time, when you're dating women that are out of your league with looks, especially with social media involved, it's going to create problems. And chances are that woman's not going to be in your life very long. Good luck. If you got a girl that's a social media star, good luck. Let's see, Matt says, I totally get it. Somebody said something about being on here every Wednesday. I'm glad you're liking this. This is really fun to kind of chat with you guys. And it's nice to also think about go on The Bachelor. Meg thinks I should go on The Bachelor. I've been told that before. I think I'm a little too old for that. But I have been told that I should do that. I think those guys are mostly in their late 20s, right? And besides, those men are... they're seeking like a wife. Like I've had my heart crushed so many times that I can't picture a woman earning my trust enough, like deep down. Like some people just say trust until proven otherwise. I'm not doing that no more. That's got me in a lot of trouble. I'm gonna say you need to prove your trust through battle testing. If you can't pass the battle test, then what are we doing here? That's why I've just been like, all right, I'll just date and I'll enjoy the honeymoon stage for a year or two. And then when shit starts going sideways, I'll just switch it out for another one, I guess. I know this is probably freaking shocking you guys hearing me talk like this, because I've never talked about this kind of stuff, but it's fun to switch gears. But that is your chance to meet a lot of women, Meg says. Yep, yeah, I mean, at the gym, I know you guys can't probably tell through the video, but I'm freaking jacked, guys. Like, look at my arms. Do you see that? That's 20 inches of steel right there, guys. So when you look like that at 40 years old, and you've got a brand new BMW and a nice brand new house, like, you can go to the gym and pick up women all day long. It's very easy to do. That's why I'm not in a rush to go get Meg. Meg, don't worry about this part. Just stick to the Suboxone stuff. And I know most of my viewers are men, so this is mostly for men, obviously. But I know you probably think I'm a misogynist. I'm not. I've just had my heart broke a lot of times. I was looking for love for many years, but now my heart is broken permanently. So now I have a dog. All right, let's see. Let me get back to some more comments. Still going here. Okay, yeah, we got 9 thumbs up, it looks like, guys. Reef says, I feel like I can relate to what you're saying a ton. Yeah, see, I feel like a lot of guys struggle with this. Like, I know that deep down, us men, we want real good, trustworthy relationships. We do. I mean, men and women have been brought up to believe in the fairy tale lifestyle, right? It's so hard to find that these days. With social media, social media is what ruined it, guys. Like, back before the social media days, I had 2 7-year relationships, like long relationships. Ever since social media came out, you can't keep a girl for more than like 2 years. And then like she's getting bored because she sees all her friends on social media and she wants to go live that lifestyle. So it's like, it's too hard to keep people. It's like, if my attention isn't enough for you, then I don't know what's going to be. Just whatever. Reef says, right now I'm just scraping by, trying not to screw myself or get sick. Yeah, hopefully you can get back on subs, man. That's where it's at. I seen another thumbs up. Good job, whoever just did that. Thank you, my friend. Meg says OnlyFans. Yeah, OnlyFans is ruining these women, guys. Like, it's basically legalized prostitution. It's so sad. Yeah, keep dropping comments, guys. I'm going to get to them. Any questions, just throw it in there and we'll go right over it. About anything. It doesn't have to be about women or cars or Suboxone. It could be about anything you guys want to know. I have a lot of life experience. Sorry to mention about subs, but when your video ends, can you please reply back to my comment? Thank you. And women nowadays just want some money. They love be fake. Miko, I've responded about your comment twice now already in this video, so if you missed both times, just start the video over. I talked about your comment at the beginning of the video. Sorry to mention about subs. No, you're good. That's what we're here. We're mostly here to talk about addiction stuff, so don't ever apologize for that. Reef laughs out loud. Matt says, dude, you should do this every week, every Wednesday. And you prepared us last Sunday. Good job. See, I'm trying to work on things. I'm trying to work on it. Trying to be a little bit more professional around here. Matt says, yeah, bro, unless you're ready to suffer. Oh, I've already read that. Okay, let me scroll down here. I must be behind in the comments, guys. I'll catch up. Feeding into the acknowledgement, affirmation, validation, addiction, being a simp like that. I think that's what he meant to say. Trad life, yep. Social engineering at its finest. P. Diddy asks, how did you take Kratom in caps? They sell them. Is that what you're asking me? They sell them already in caps. It costs more money to buy them in caps, but it's a lot better than tasting the crappiness. But another thing to keep in mind too is if you take Kratom in the capsules, you need to give yourself like an extra 30 minutes because it takes time for your body to break that down. Especially if you have food, then it's going to take longer to do it that way. You could just mix up a little drink and put some Kratom in there and just drink it that way. And that will help it kick in faster. Lee Marin, I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. That's a cool name. Where are you from? Russia or something? Lee Marin? I'm a girly girl. No tattoos either. Yes. You need more girls like that. No tattoos. I prefer it that way. And this is coming from a guy that has major tattoos, guys. I mean, this goes all the way down my back, my butt, and my leg. I personally know there's a link and there's research that has been done that links tattoos to emotional trauma. Okay, so the more tattoos people have, chances are, and this is just the majority, of course there's going to be your outliers, but generally speaking, the more tattoo, think about the people you know in your life that are hella tatted up, okay? Chances are that person has had a crazy ass lifestyle and they've been through some shit. So that's like a kind of a red flag, right? Like, person has a lot of emotional trauma. Look at me, I was a drug addict. I know it's kind of harsh to say that about people with tattoos. And like I said, not all people are like that. Just most of them. Good for you, Lee Marin, however you say your name. Keep the no tattoo thing. That's what men want. Think how many people, there's so many men that won't even date a girl if she has tattoos because of that reason. So it always starts with one little cute one here or there, and then it progresses to just like this. This tattoo started right here, guys. It started as that. That was it. And I added more. And this was all during my active addiction. I haven't gotten any tattoos since I've been out of addiction. So I just kept adding and adding and adding. All right. Reef says, I want a chick with traditional values, and it feels so hard to find. Yes. The first thing I'll do when I meet a chick is I'll look at her social media now. If she's on there posting pictures of herself all the time and like thirsty pictures trying to get attention, I won't even give her the time of day. I've had too many relationships like that, and it's so hard. It's so hard to keep that kind of woman's attention. She needs attention from a lot of people, and I can't give that. And I don't want to have to try to give someone attention all day long. You know what I mean? Like, it's exhausting to try to keep up with a relationship like that, in my experience. Meg laughs out loud. Character Matter says, no caps. I buy in bulk from Miracle Kratom. They sell it online. Yeah, see, everyone has their own preference. Some people want to do it that way. Some people like to do it. I can't deal with the deep voice, bro. Yeah, these women these fitness women that are taking supplements are getting the deep voice. So don't do it, ladies. Stay all natural. I think it's so beautiful when women have natural bodies and they're fit. Like, that is amazing to me. You don't need to pump yourself up to look like a man. I want some soft muscle tone. You know, a little fat here and there is okay. You don't got to be perfect, and you don't got to look like a man to be attractive to me. I want soft-spoken woman, no tattoos, very low social media activity. That's the kind of woman I would look to go the long haul with. All right. Marky says, work on becoming the best version of you and everything else falls into place. Yep. I think you should go on. What the hell? How am I so far behind in the comments? Let me scroll back up. I'm trying to glance through these real quick. Sorry, I didn't realize I was that far behind, guys. I hope you guys are still listening. How long did subs take to work when you first started? Immediately. I was in withdrawal and I went to a friend's house and I was like, dude, I feel like the world's about to end. And he said, here, try this. He gave me a little piece of it, which was about 1 milligram or 2. I just thought, no way that's gonna do anything, but it did. It literally took my withdrawals away. And I felt like I was totally healed from there. But once that dose ran out a day or 2 later, then obviously I was going back into withdrawals. So Suboxone works really quick when you get on it, guys. Reef says, yeah, I think on Mgtow, regardless of my problems is what I meant. Even when I was clean, I dated and haven't been in love enough to do anything more than be in a casual relationship. Yep, I can agree, my friend. Meg says, wow. Adidas hat, you look like Dustin Johnson. Who's Dustin Johnson? Is he an Adidas guy? I also have had my heart crushed and probably have trust issues from my first love cheating on me with my best friend at the same time. This was like 12 years ago now, so maybe that's why. Yeah, dude, I have had plenty of situations like that happen, so I've been involved with stuff like that too, you know, like I'm definitely no angel. And to be honest with you, like thinking back on the days when I was going through crazy relationships, most of that time was when I was in active addiction. So my life was crazy too. So I definitely believe that you attract what you are. And I was toxic myself. I was going through a roller coaster of emotions every day with my pain medication. So I was toxic, so I was attracting toxic. So I hope this doesn't come off, Meg or any other ladies that hear this. I hope this doesn't come off as me just bashing women, because I love like certain parts of women. And they're flawed individuals just like men are. And it took me until I was about 25 to realize that they're flawed individuals. I always just thought women were perfect and they couldn't lie or cheat or steal or anything like that. But I guess that's just how I was brought up, because I was brought up by a single mom. So I only had her side of the story with everything. So I thought she was perfect, you know? So then I thought all women were like my mom. And then you get to realize that people are humans and they make mistakes just like we all do. So hopefully that calms the ladies down a little bit. You know I love you, ladies. How long did... Okay, I already answered that. Oh, so P. Diddy just started Suboxone and he feels like it doesn't work. So P. Diddy, what dose of Suboxone are you on, and what medication or what drug were you taking before Suboxone, and what doses were you taking? So maybe you're just not on the right dose. Maybe you're taking a really low dose and you had a high tolerance. It could be that. That's probably what it is. So tell me what you were taking and tell me what doses, P. Diddy. Maybe we can figure it out, because I almost haven't heard anybody that has said Suboxone doesn't work. I don't think I've ever really heard that. There are going to be a few random people in the world that like it just doesn't work for. Hopefully that's not you. I think it's more of a dosage type of thing. And also, what do you mean by when you say it doesn't work? Are you going through withdrawals? Are you expecting to get high from Suboxone like you did on opiates, if that's what you were taking? I need more details, P. Diddy, so throw them down there so we can chat about it. Meg says, let's see all of it. My tattoos, is that what you're saying, Meg? I don't know how much I could show on here, but it goes all the way down my butt and my leg. It's a huge one. And I've got this one. I've got one right here. But this tattoo is huge. I mean, it goes all the way. It's like 6 feet long, this tattoo. Marky says, it'll work. Just give it a few days. Reeve says it makes sense about the tattoos, red flags. Yes. Yeah, like I'm dating women that are much younger than me right now, and none of them have tattoos. And I even tell them, like, if you start getting tattoos, this ain't gonna last too long. You can do what you want to do. I just don't prefer women that have tattoos. So they tend not to try to get tattoos. It is what it is. If you want to get tattoos and go out to girls' nights out, that's up to you. But I don't have that kind of activity in my life. So bye, Felicia, if you do. Character Matters says, church, no bar, no gym, meet women at non-manly functions. Non-manly functions. So where do you meet them then? And please don't say online dating, guys. My fellas, you better not be doing online dating, guys. That's where you're going to get yourself in some trouble. Don't do it. Can you take more TRT video? Can you make more TRT videos? Yes. I'm glad you asked that. Hop Bat, sorry if I messed up your name. I am going to be doing more fitness videos. They are coming very soon, talking about my diet, nutrition. I'm talking about my hormone levels and what things you need to do when you're on TRT to stay healthy. I will be talking about that soon, so make sure you're subscribed to watch out for that, okay? 13 years on TRT, pros and cons. Are you saying you've been on TRT 13 years, or are you asking me? Because I have been on TRT for, I think, 12 years. Did you already know that? Just to go over a quick TRT, and if you men don't know about what it is, testosterone replacement therapy or hormone replacement therapy. Opiates will kill your testosterone levels, and that will kill your erections, your gym progress. Your mood will be really impacted with your low testosterone. So you go to the doctor, you get your numbers tested very easily with the blood test. And then if you're low, like most people are, they will put you on supplemental testosterone. But beware, guys, that once you get on that, that's mostly going to be a stay on for the rest of your life type of thing. It's not really a temporary type of thing. But the pros are great. You feel amazing. You can maintain a good body physique if you eat healthy and work out. As you can see, I'm 40 years old and I'm jacked. And this is just off 150 milligrams a week of testosterone. I work out very hard. I eat very clean. Diet is key. 5 days a week in the gym, every week without breaks. That's what it takes to maintain my body at this age. You don't see a lot of guys in their 20s that look like this, let alone in their 40s. Like, I have a full-blown six-pack. I'm really lean right now. You can do a lot with TRT, guys, as long as your diet and fitness is in check. Reef says, we're still here. Okay, I'm getting to the end of the comments you guys have had here. So if you guys have any other questions, throw them in here. I'll probably stay on here for about another 15 minutes or so. So let's kind of wrap things up here in the next 10, 15 minutes. If you have any more questions, guys, throw them out there right now. And don't forget, we're going to do this every Wednesday at the same time. JR says, subs knock the addict out of me physically and mentally. Yeah, that's a great point. I remember when I first started getting on Suboxone, I got it off the street illegally. I would never do anything illegal, obviously. But when I did that, I was flip-flopping. I was still trying to get high. But when I couldn't get the drugs, then I would go to Suboxone, okay? And it would save me from going into withdrawal. And then I would start to notice that if I had Suboxone any at all in my system and I tried to take painkillers, I would waste like $100 in a day for painkillers and I wouldn't feel them. I would get so sick, I would throw up all over the place. Thinking back right now, I think that is what precipitated withdrawal was, because why else would I throw up like that? That's exactly what was happening. I had Suboxone in my system and I was taking high doses, 100 milligrams plus of painkillers trying to get high. And not only did I not get any high effect because Suboxone blocks that, I was getting sick. So I guess I have experienced precipitated withdrawal. But yeah, as I got onto Suboxone legally through the doctor, that is when I totally got away from my painkiller addiction. because I didn't have to worry about running out of Suboxone. And that was the main reason I kept going back, is because I would not be able to get Suboxone. So once you get it legally, you don't have to worry about running out. You can then rebuild your life from there. And that's exactly where everybody should start. If you're stuck in active addiction, get your subscription from the doctor, guys. Do it right. And you will not regret it, I promise. Okay. One of the best golfers in the world. Yeah, I don't know who that is, Marky. Let's see. Oh, he has an Adidas sponsorship and I look like him. I'm going to do it. Let me write it down. Dustin Johnson. Dustin. I've also been told I look like, he's a YouTuber. What's his name? Bradley Martin? Is that what his name is? Bradley something. He's on YouTube. He's got a beard like me. He looks kind of a lot like me. I've seen pictures of him. He's pretty jacked. Dustin Johnson. I'm going to look for that. What's golf? Golf is the best game. They're so beautiful. I think you're talking about my tattoos. Thanks, Meg. I think they're all right. You know, honestly, if I could go back, I wouldn't have any tattoos on myself. That being said, like I do, like it's just me that has this tattoo. It's not like a tattoo that everybody has. It's custom drawn on me by my artist. It's like my shield, baby. My life shield. Marky says, I tried TRT and after 4 to 5 months, I started getting welts on my back. What? Why? Welts on your back, like acne or what? I don't get that. You shouldn't be experiencing that from just TRT. Hey, what's up? I was barely able to get back on, Ethan says. What's up, man? How do you get on TRT? I just explained that a minute ago. Go to your doctor, get a blood test for testosterone. They'll find out if you're low on testosterone, which if you're in active addiction or even Suboxone, you likely are low on testosterone. No, don't swallow the sub whole or the spit. I don't get that, dude. I don't know what you mean by that. Only spit the sub out after it is dissolved. Yes, you could do that if you want, especially if you're having headaches, but I've never had issues, so I've always just swallowed it. Reef says, taking sub too early after doing a ton of dope was the worst I've ever felt in my life. And it was 20 hours after doing this stuff. I had a high tolerance and was doing a lot though. Yeah, see, sounds like you experienced exactly what I did. Oh gosh, I can remember so clearly what it felt like to be going through that and like getting so frustrated with my addiction. It's like I wanted to stop so bad. I tried stopping painkillers like 10, 15 times and I could never do it. And then as soon as I found Suboxone, I just knew it was the right way for me. Wouldn't you puke if you swallowed it whole? You mean without letting it dissolve? You probably would. I think it definitely needs to be taken in through your sublingual. It needs to be absolved that way, not through your stomach. I've never tried that, to be honest with you. Marky says, married to Wayne Gretzky's daughter, too. Oh, the Adidas guy? Bro, test levels at 187 at 29 years old. Hopped on TRT this week. Test HCG and anastrozole as needed. And some peptide for fat loss. That's a lot of stuff to start with, Paul. Be careful with the anastrozole. That's anti-estrogen, right? You shouldn't need that unless you're prone to gyno, meaning if your nipples start getting sensitive or if you start to see like your nipples getting like weirdly pointy, like abnormally pointy, and you can start to feel sensitivity there. That's when you should probably use the anastrozole. Keep that as like a backup plan, you know what I mean? I wouldn't use that just on TRT, you don't need it. So your test level is 187 see, that's exactly where I was at, in the high 100s, and the doctor was freaking out when he seen how low I was. What's your TRT dose, Paul? How much testosterone? And also the HCG thing, you really don't need that unless you want to stay fertile, unless you're trying to have a kid or something. HCG will keep your boys normal size. So if that's important to you, then yeah, keep doing HCG too, but you really don't even need the HCG. But that's just my opinion. I'm not a doctor, by the way. I just try to keep it as simple as possible. I think HCG you have to inject often, don't you? Also, how often are you injecting your testosterone, Paul? Reef says, eat lots of meat and lay off processed garbage and work out. Yep. Yeah, I haven't eaten fast food, or I haven't ate out for so long. My diet is freaking locked in, and it's taken me years to get this strict with my diet, guys. It's hard to do your diet, but once you get there, it really starts paying off. Paul says, thanks for the advice with Kratom. I cut to 1 milligram and noticed some thoughts, but they passed still. Subs only for 6 months. Yeah, I'm glad that's working for you. I'm 40 as well. I totally ripped before I got on subs, and then I lost the motivation to go to the gym. Then I noticed it didn't matter what I ate to look pretty good. You think TRT would help? I wouldn't take TRT unless your testosterone numbers are low, below normal. So get that checked first before you hop on. Because like I said, you're going to have to jab yourself in the butt, every 5-7 days for the rest of your life. And unless that sounds appealing to you, which it doesn't, but it sounds a lot more appealing than having low testosterone. So find out where you're at, Matt, before you jump on TRT. Because like I said, if you start, chances are that's a lifer thing. And also TRT is likely going to be a form of male birth control. So if you don't want to have children, there's a really good chance. They actually looked at I think they did a study in China to where they were going to start prescribing testosterone to men for birth control. So why is TRT for life? Because when you're putting testosterone in your body, it's telling your natural testosterone in your testicles to stop making testosterone. So now your body is reliant on that external source. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you stop giving your body testosterone, your body's like, I'm screwed. I can't make testosterone because you told me not to make testosterone. Because when you put the synthetic testosterone your balls shut off, okay? And your boys will shrink for sure. So it just makes your thing look bigger, if you know what I'm saying. So don't worry about the small things. That's the way I look at it. It just makes your thing look bigger, right? And I'm trying to be careful with how I say this. Did I explain that right? P. Diddy, you didn't mention what, I think you were the one that said Suboxone wasn't working for you. I don't think you'd mentioned the dose of Suboxone you're on and what drug you came from before Suboxone and what doses of that drug you were on. Because I think you said Suboxone wasn't working, right? So let's try to tap on that real quick if we can. Milo Kitty says, have you ever had any contact with Shane? He took his channel down after Rebecca's passing. That's Rockin' Roberta for you guys that don't know. Just wondering if he's okay. I haven't talked with him after she passed away, but I know he has some other channel. It's like he's doing some like army review videos or something like that. It's called The Main Reactor, I believe. You could search for it. The MAIN, because he lives in Maine. Reactor, REACTOR, something like that. If you search for that on YouTube, you'll see he has a pretty big channel. I think he's getting a ton of subscribers on that channel. So I think he just kind of went that way with things, and he's not talking much about addiction, but I could be wrong. I haven't seen many videos from him though. So look for him that way. I don't have direct contact with him. Hopefully he's doing okay. From his YouTube stuff, it looks like things are going well for him. So that's good. Matt says, oh, damn good info. Yeah, guys, I have a lot of experience with TRT. So if you guys have any questions about this, and in the comments after the video too, feel free to leave them and I'll try to get back to you either through the Wide Open Wednesdays like this video, or respond to your comment directly. Sometimes I'm kind of hit and miss, but either way, I'll try to address the issue. So if you guys want to see me respond to all your comments, this is where to do it, every Wednesday through this video. So P. Diddy is on 16 milligrams of Suboxone. He came from 300 milligrams of Oxy. Honestly, that sounds about right, man. Like, what's the issue? How long have you been on Suboxone? To me, that sounds like that's about where you should be. Again, I'm not a doctor and this is medical advice, but that sounds, 16 milligrams of Suboxone is a pretty heavy dose. 3 days, that's the issue. So some people can take like up to a week, before their body stabilizes. You're not doing any more oxys, right? You're just sticking with Suboxone. And also, are you dosing all 16 milligrams at once, or are you taking maybe one in the AM and one in the PM? And what issues are you having? Are you going through withdrawals? What type of withdrawals? If you're young and you can get 100% off opiates, work out and eat healthy, you can regain your testosterone and get ripped still. Yep, Reef is right. That's exactly correct. Yeah, working out can definitely kickstart your testosterone and keep it going. So between that and eating healthy, like he said, those two things make a huge difference, guys. Reef says, I'm 31. Do you think I'm still too young to start TRT? Nope. I started when I was 28 and I've been on it ever since. So I've been on TRT for 12 years, guys. And it really helps keep things stable. Once you get dialed in on TRT, it's kind of like Suboxone. It's a little bit of a period of adjustment of your body gets adjusted to it. But if you're low on testosterone and you start TRT, you will feel better almost instantly. It'll be a noticeable difference. Almost every one of my friends is on TRT. So he's taking just Suboxone, 8 in the morning and one, it seems like you're doing perfect with it. Just be more patient, give yourself a few more days. You don't feel the Suboxone at all? Also try it all at once. So are you going into withdrawal, or are you just not getting the buzz that you're thinking that you're going to get? Or are you going through withdrawals? Like, are you having diarrhea issues? Are you having cold sweats? What else is withdrawals? Are you getting restless legs? Yeah, if you came from the 300 milligrams a day habit, feeling nothing and still in withdrawal, major RLS, what? That's weird, dude. Just keep going with it. I think you're on the right dose. I honestly think just give yourself a few more days, and if you don't start feeling more normal, now remember that you want to feel normal. You don't want to feel buzzed, you don't want to feel high, you want to feel normal. So don't expect that you're going to be feeling like, you're going to be getting high from it, especially coming from a 300 milligram a day. You could possibly need to go up to 24 milligrams, but talk to your doctor about that before you do that, because you were on such a high dose. And if you do that, I don't think you'll need to stay up at that high for very long. But I would say stick with where you're at for right now, say for another 3 or 4 days, and never got high off 3. So your tolerance is very high, okay? The highest I ever got was like 150 milligrams. So you have a really high tolerance, okay? So be patient with yourself. You're doing good for 3 days, so you should be proud of yourself because you're on the right track. And trust me, Suboxone is a miracle. It really is. It saved my life. There's no other way to put it, man. So stick with Suboxone, figure out the right dose for you. Maybe you need to go up to 24 milligrams for a month or two, and then you can taper down from there. But I think 16 milligrams will go a really long way. I really do. So try to stick with 16 if you can. Just hang out for a few more days. I think you'll be good to go. You cut back to 300. That's your cut down. Shit. I'm glad you're still alive to talk about this, bud, because those are some high doses. I've heard people dying off much less dose than that. So thanks for joining on the channel too. Okay, guys, I'm about to jump out of here. This video is going to take so long to upload. Oh my God, it's going to take a whole freaking day. Is there any quick last questions before I go? I'm about to shut this thing down. Major car wreck. Sorry, dude. It seems like, crazy milligrams. That's a high dose. Reef says 16 milligrams is a lot. You just need to give your brain a chance. You will feel so much better than doing actual opiates after you quit. Yep. Reef is speaking the truth. Be patient with yourself, man. It'll be worth it, I promise. You'll start feeling, just remember the goal is to feel normal, okay? Don't think you're gonna be feeling high like you were on opiates. That's not gonna happen. You wanna feel normal so you can get back to a normal life, okay? And we wanna try to stabilize yourself rather than going through this shit all day long. This is what it's like on opiate addiction. Suboxone should be like this, just like that. All right, guys, I'm going to shut it down here. I hope today was fun for you guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. It looks like we have 11 likes, so thank you guys for smashing that like button for me. Remember, every Wednesday at the same time, we're going to do the same type of video. So I will see you guys soon. I want to thank you all for joining me today. I hope Meg gets her son to get on here, Zachary. Hopefully he joins the Suboxone route. That sounds like he's going to be going through exactly what P. Diddy's going through right now. So hopefully he can kind of get an idea of what it's going to take for him to get into this Suboxone life. And yeah, as you guys remember me telling you in the earlier part, I'm down to 1.25 milligrams of Suboxone a day. I'm feeling great. No withdrawal symptoms. I'm feeling clear, lightheaded. Clear-headed, and I'm feeling hopeful. And I'm kicking butt in the gym. I'm eating a healthy diet every day. I'm getting my sleep, and we're progressing together, guys. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye, guys. Have a good night, Reef.